Hi, I'm Lee. Most people see me as the quiet, analytical type, the kind of guy who listens more than he speaks. My wife, Vanessa, is the opposite, vibrant, social, always commanding attention at her marketing firm. We balanced each other perfectly, or at least I thought we did until that company dinner last Friday. "You're going to love Marcus," Vanessa said as we got ready. "He's the new creative director I've been telling you about. Absolute genius. The one who helped with the Westfield campaign?" I adjusted my tie, remembering how often she'd mentioned this guy lately. "Yes, we wouldn't have landed that account without him." Her eyes lit up in a way I hadn't seen in months. "He's revolutionizing our entire approach." I smiled tightly, looking forward to meeting the marketing messiah. "Don't be like that," she laughed, brushing her hand against my arm. "Just be yourself. Well, maybe your more sociable self?" The restaurant was upscale, all dim lighting and sophisticated chatter. Vanessa immediately began introducing me around, her hand resting a bit too firmly on my back, as if steering a child. "And this," she said, approaching a tall man with designer stubble, "is Marcus." Marcus sized me up with a smirk. "The famous husband. Vanessa talks about you, occasionally." "All good things, I hope," I replied, extending my hand. His grip was unnecessarily firm. "Of course, though she neglected to mention you work in, what was it again?" "IT security consulting." "Fascinating," Marcus said, in a tone suggesting it was anything but. "Must be exciting telling people to change their passwords all day." Vanessa laughed too loudly. "Lee's being modest. He actually develops security protocols for financial institutions." "Speaking of financial matters," Marcus said, turning to Vanessa, "did you get my email about the Sullivan presentation?" Just like that, I was excluded from the conversation. Throughout dinner, I watched them, the inside jokes, the casual touches, the way they finished each other's sentences. I became wallpaper, nursing my drink while trying to ignore the growing knot in my stomach. After dessert, Marcus cornered me at the bar. "You know, Lee," he said, swirling his whiskey, "Vanessa's going places in this company, fast track to senior management." "I'm aware. She's incredibly talented." "She is," he agreed, "and she needs someone who understands this world, the demands, the late nights." He glanced over at her, then back to me. "How does it feel, watching her outgrow you?" I just smirked back, which seemed to unsettle him more than any response could have. Later that night, my phone buzzed with a text from Alex, Vanessa's colleague and my friend since college. "Need to talk. Tomorrow. Coffee at Riverside, 10 a.m. It's about V and Marcus." That text confirmed what my gut already knew. I didn't sleep at all that night. "They've been sleeping together for at least 2 months," Alex said, staring into his coffee. We sat in the corner of Riverside Cafe, away from the Saturday morning crowd. "You're sure?" My voice sounded hollow, even to myself. "I wouldn't be here if I wasn't." Alex leaned forward. "Look, I tried to hint at it before, but you didn't seem to pick up on it. Why tell me now?" "Because last night was embarrassing. The way they were flaunting it, practically in your face. And then I overheard Marcus bragging in the bathroom about how clueless you are." Alex's expression hardened. He said, and I quote, "Poor tech geek doesn't realize I'm uploading to his server every night." I gripped my mug so tightly I thought it might shatter. "Does everyone know?" "Not everyone, but enough. Jenna in accounting definitely knows something. She's processed their business trip expenses." I pulled out my phone. "Jenna Morales? I think Vanessa mentioned her once." "That's her. Listen, Lee, what are you going to do?" "First, I'm going to talk to Jenna." I stood up. "Then I'll decide." Jenna agreed to meet me that afternoon at the same cafe. She arrived looking nervous, constantly checking her phone. "I shouldn't be doing this," she said immediately, "but what they're doing to you isn't right. I just need to know what you know, Jenna." She sighed, pushing her glasses up. "They've taken 3 business trips together in the past 6 weeks. Different cities, same pattern, adjoining rooms booked, but Marcus only uses his room for luggage." "Hotel receipts?" I asked. "All on the company card, but—" She hesitated, then pulled out her phone, scrolling through emails. "Look at these expense reports. Room service for 2, always after 10 p.m. Wine, desserts. What about the company policy on relationships? I thought Vanessa mentioned something about disclosure requirements." Jenna's eyes widened slightly. "There's a strict policy, especially for managers and their direct reports. Marcus is technically Vanessa's supervisor now. And if someone were to report this, HR would investigate. If proven, someone would be transferred or terminated, probably both disciplined." She bit her lip. "But it would get messy." Our conversation was interrupted by Diane, Vanessa's friend and the company's HR director, who spotted us and approached. Lee, what a surprise seeing you here with Jenna. Her tone was light, but her eyes were sharp. Diane, Jenna stammered. We bumped into each other, I said smoothly, just catching up after last night's dinner. How nice. Diane's smile didn't reach her eyes. Speaking of which, quite a lively event, wasn't it? Illuminating, I replied. After Diane left, Jenna whispered urgently, she suspects something. She's Marcus's biggest defender in the office. Is she? That's interesting. I was already forming a plan. Jenna, if I needed to prove this relationship, hypothetically speaking, their work emails would be monitored, she said quickly. But they're not stupid enough to use those. Check their personal accounts. And the company has security cameras in all hallways, including near the small conference room on the east wing. By the time I met with Carter, my old college roommate and now a lawyer, I had a strategy taking shape. You need to be careful, Carter warned in his office later that day. Gathering evidence is one thing, but how you use it matters. I'm not looking to break any laws, I just want justice. And what does that look like to you? Carter's expression was concerned. Divorce? Public humiliation? I want them to face consequences for their actions, professional consequences. The company policy angle is your cleanest approach, Carter nodded, but you need irrefutable evidence. I think I know how to get it, I said, remembering my own professional expertise. And Diane from HR will be a key player, whether she knows it or not. Monday morning, I waited in the parking lot of Vanessa's office building. She'd left early for a breakfast meeting, which I now understood was code. When I spotted Marcus's car arriving, I took a deep breath and stepped out of my vehicle. Marcus, I called, walking toward him. Got a minute? He looked surprised, then composed himself with that familiar smirk. Lee, what brings you to our neck of the woods? I think you know. I stopped a few feet from him. We need to talk about you and Vanessa. His expression shifted minutely. I don't know what you're implying, but Vanessa and I are colleagues, nothing more. Colleagues who share room service at the Marriott in Chicago? Who meet in the East Wing conference room after hours? That hit home. His eyes narrowed. Careful, Lee. You're making serious accusations based on what? Jealousy? Insecurity? Based on evidence, I replied calmly, and witnesses. You're bluffing. But I could see uncertainty creeping into his expression. Am I? Let's continue this conversation inside. Maybe with Diane from HR present? Listen, he said, his voice dropping to a harsh whisper. Whatever you think is happening isn't. Vanessa and I work closely together. That's all. The security footage says otherwise. What security footage? His face paled slightly. The cameras don't just record. They timestamp, Marcus. Every late night, every swipe card entry. You couldn't have accessed that. I'm in IT security. Connecting with your security team was surprisingly easy. A few employees walked past, glancing curiously at us. Marcus forced a smile until they passed. What do you want? Money? His voice was tense, controlled. I want you to admit what you've been doing. To my face. No more smirking, no more how does it feel comments. Fine. He glanced around, then stepped closer. Yes, we've been seeing each other, but this isn't just some fling. Vanessa and I connect on a level you two never did. She's been unhappy for years. Years? You've known her for 6 months. That's what she told you. His confidence returned. We met at a conference last year, started talking. She was already looking for a way out of your marriage. I felt my resolve waver, just for a moment. You're lying. Ask her yourself, or better yet, he pulled out his phone to her. Let me call her over. Let's settle this right now. Before I could respond, Vanessa appeared from around the corner. She froze when she saw us together. Lee, what are you doing here? Her voice trembled slightly. Tell him, Vanessa, Marcus said. Tell him about us, about how long it's been going on. She looked between us, panic evident. Marcus, stop. This isn't... He knows, Marcus interrupted, so drop the act. Is it true? I asked quietly. A year? No, Vanessa exclaimed. It's only been... It's not... She trailed off, realizing her admission. Only been what, Vanessa? 3 months? 4? My voice remained steady, though I felt anything but. I was going to tell you, she whispered. After the Sullivan campaign, I just needed time. Time to what? Secure your promotion first? The pieces clicked into place. That's it, isn't it? You were using him for your career? Marcus's head snapped toward her. What? Of course not, she protested too quickly. Marcus, that's not true. Isn't it? I pressed. Alex told me you've been angling for creative director yourself. Alex should mind his own business, Vanessa hissed. So it is true, Marcus said slowly. You know what? You two deserve each other. I turned to leave, but Marcus grabbed my arm. You're not going anywhere until we settle this, he growled. Take your hand off me. My voice was low. Or what? You'll run to HR with your little evidence? He tightened his grip. Who do you think they'll believe? Me, their star director, or some jealous husband? Marcus, stop! Vanessa pleaded. There are people watching. Let them watch, Marcus shouted, shoving me backward. Let them see what happens when someone threatens me. I stumbled but kept my balance. That's assault, I said calmly. And now we have witnesses. Diane stood frozen at the entrance along with several other employees. Marcus followed my gaze and realized his mistake too late. So to summarize, Mr. Reynolds, the company's legal counsel said 3 days later, we have documented evidence of an undisclosed relationship between a supervisor and subordinate, expense account misuse, and now a physical assault on company property. We sat in the company's conference room. Me, Carter, Vanessa, Marcus, Diane, and the CEO, Richard Blackwood. The atmosphere was glacial. The assault was a momentary lapse in judgment, Marcus's attorney argued. My client was provoked. The security footage shows otherwise, Carter countered smoothly, as do 7 witness statements. What I find most troubling, Blackwood interjected, is the deliberate concealment of this relationship from HR in direct violation of company policy. Diane shifted uncomfortably. If I had known, but you did know, didn't you, Diane? I asked quietly. That's why you were so interested when you saw me talking with Jenna. Her face flushed. I had suspicions, nothing concrete. Yet you didn't report those suspicions as required by your position, Blackwood noted. The meeting continued for another hour, laying out all the evidence, the expense reports, hotel receipts, security footage, witness testimonies. Throughout it all, Vanessa remained silent, staring at the table. When we finally adjourned, the decisions were clear. Marcus was terminated immediately, Vanessa was placed on probation, and transferred to a different department. Diane received a formal reprimand for failing to investigate. The company would settle with me for the assault to avoid a public lawsuit. Outside the building, Vanessa caught up to me in the parking lot. Lee, please, she called. We need to talk. We've done all our talking through lawyers. I kept walking. I made a terrible mistake, she said, her voice breaking. I know that now. Marcus wasn't who I thought he was. He was manipulative, controlling. I stopped and turned to face her. Save it, Vanessa. You're only sorry because your plan backfired. That's not true. I genuinely regret hurting you. Tears streamed down her face. We've been together for 8 years. Doesn't that mean anything? It meant everything to me. That's why this happened. I gestured toward the building. You chose your path. Can we at least try to... No. My tone left no room for debate. The divorce papers will be delivered tomorrow. The house is already on the market. What about forgiveness? She pleaded. People make mistakes. We could start over, go to counseling. How does it feel? I asked quietly. What? How does it feel? That's what Marcus asked me that night at the dinner. Now I'm asking you. She didn't have an answer. 2 weeks later, I met Alex and Jenna for coffee. They'd both found new jobs at competing firms with better positions and higher salaries, my way of thanking them for their help. I heard Marcus can't get hired anywhere in the industry now, Alex said, and Vanessa's basically doing entry-level work again. Karma, Jenna nodded, though I almost feel bad for her. Almost. Don't, I said firmly. She made her choices. What about you? Alex asked. You doing okay? I considered the question carefully. I'm getting there. Started therapy, reconnecting with old friends. It's a process. Any regrets? Jenna asked. About how it all went down? Just one, I replied, allowing myself a small smile. I wish I'd seen Marcus's face when security escorted him out. Oh, it was priceless, Alex assured me. Complete shock, like he couldn't believe the rules actually applied to him. As we laughed, my phone buzzed with a text from Carter. Settlement check cleared. You're officially free. What's next for you? Jenna asked, noticing my expression. I'm thinking about moving. Fresh start, new city, maybe Boston. Running away? Alex raised an eyebrow. No, I said, more certain than I'd felt in months. Moving forward. The conversation continued, plans and possibilities unfolding. For the first time since that company dinner, I felt the weight lifting. I had trusted the system, followed the rules, and justice had prevailed, not through scheming or vengeance, but through truth and accountability. I couldn't help but wonder, if you're reading this, what would you have done in my situation? Would you have taken the high road or sought a more personal revenge? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more real-life stories with unexpected endings.